Hello friends, so in today's class we're going to learn how we can post entries in the cache desk, and we would also see the cache desk configuration. Okay, so before we continue, let me just tell you that we are using the SAP S4HANA 2022 version, and let me just tell you how you can see the version. So for that you simply go to the systems and you go to the status, and here you can see it's S4HANA 2022 version. You can also see that here it is mentioned it's S4HANA 2022 version. So basically we are doing this configuration, and we are posting the entries in S4HANA, SAP S4HANA 2022 version. Okay, so to execute the transaction cache desk, we go to the T code called FPCJ. So we go to FPCJ and then we hit enter. So we would land up to this cache desk screen. So basically to enter the cache desk transaction, so we need to click on the cache desk and it will end up to this screen. We will do the postings in this screen. I will show you how we post a cache desk entry. Also, you can see the cache journal and the cache desk. So under the cache desk you post all the cache entries, cash payment entries, or let's suppose the check payment entries or the credit card payment or the postal order. You do these entries in the cache desk. Okay, and under the cache journal you do post withdrawal or cache desk closing, post differentials. You can check the cash balance. So these activities you do in the cache desk journal. So before I do a cache desk posting, let me just take you to the config. So to do the configuration, we can simply go to the SPRO screen. So I have opened a new session. So simply click on SPRO and hit enter under the command box and click on the SAP reference IMG. Once you click on the SAP reference IMG, you can simply go to financial accounting, then contract account receivable payable, then we go to business transactions, then we go to payments, and then we go to processing incoming and outgoing payments, and then here you can see it has cache desk. So basically all the configuration related to cache desk we do in this particular screen. So if you want to see the path, you can simply just refer to this path. So you go to contract account receivable and payable, then the business transactions, then the payments, then the cache desk and the cache journal. I've already discussed about what is cache desk and cache journal. So these are the configuration which you need to do. All right. So I would discuss about the configuration in details in our next video, but as we are doing a cache desk posting, so we'll do the cache desk posting, but basically whatever the configs are done, we need to do all the configurations in this screen. Okay, so once we are done with the configuration, then we can start with our end user activity, how to post the cache uh, cache desk entry in the cache balance which we have received in the cache in this screen. We do the configuration basically in this path. So one more thing, so if you want to check the T code, so you can simply go to the additional information, then the display keys, and then I simply go to IMG activity. So here you can see the list of T codes. So against these transactions, these are the T transaction codes. So this path I have came through the SPRO screen. You can also come through a path which is FICA IMG. So if you go to FICA IMG, you can see this is the path you can come. So you can come to directly contract account receivable and payable, then business transactions, and then the payments, and then processing incoming and outgoing payments, and then the cache desk. So here either you can come through this T code which is FICA IMG. So you can simply enter this FICA IMG T code and you can come to this path. So basically these are the configuration which needs to do in order to do a cache desk, cache journal activity. but we have already done the configuration. I will discuss the configuration in details in our next class, but in today's class we're going to discuss about the cache desk postings. Okay, so just go to the FPCJ screen. So we have simply executed the T code FPCJ and we have landed up to this cache journal screen. So we'll do the cache desk payment. So but before doing a cache desk payment, let's see if we have any outstanding balance or not. So to view the outstanding balance, we go to FPL9 and hit enter. Once you hit enter in FPL9 screen, you would land up to this screen, and here you can see your account balance. So either you can enter the business partner or the contract account. The contract, I would enter the contract account and I will hit enter. So these are basically the outstanding against which I will make the payment. I will post a payment. Okay, so these are the outstanding balances. Now let's go to the FP CJ screen. You can see the T code here as well. Here is FPCJ is the T code, and the screen which I just showed you, it's FPL9 screen. Here you can see the account balances. You can change the layout as per your convenience. So I'm just using this layout, and here I can see these options. Okay, so just go to cache desk. Simply enter the company code. My company code is A10. Then I would enter the currency. I have selected INR. I can enter any of these options and I can post the payment, but I am just entering the contract account, and then we'll enter the value date and hit enter. So once we hit enter, we just go to select items. From here we'll select the item against which we are gonna post the payment. So let's suppose these are the negative balances and these are the debit balances. So here we would select any of the payment which we are going to receive. So here we have entered this document number, we have selected, and simply activate that item. And once you activate, it will be in the enable mode. So either you can receive, if you have received the full payment, you would enter the entire amount, and if you have received any partial payment, you can enter the partial amount. So let's suppose if I enter any partial amount, so let's suppose I have received uh, 30. So it enters, we go back, and here you can see the payment amount is 30. It's reflecting here in the cash desk clearing account. It would reflect over here. We simply enter the amount which we want to receive, hit enter, and then simply we can click. So here you can see it's also reflecting under the amount received, 30. Okay, and with that we can simply click on either post or post online. Okay, so we'll hit click on post, and so when we click on post, you can see the post payment posted under the document number 93025. So the document is posted. So you can simply click on the display document and you would be able to see the transaction. So this is the entry which we has posted. It says cash account debit to the contract account. Okay, so we have received 30 rupees and the contract account is in credit, and the cash account is debited. Okay, so this is the payment which we have received. Now once we receive the payment, if we simply refresh this, you would be able to see the payment which you have just received. So you can see this 30. Okay, and against that a clearing document number is also generated. So this is what we have just received. Okay, so you can simply click on this document and you can see this is the entry which is reflecting over here. Okay, so this is how we post a cash desk entry. Now just go back, and once we are done with the postings, we'll simply go to the okay. So here I would also like to tell you that this cache disk is open now. So it says cache disk is open. Once I place the cursor in the green icon, it says cache disk is open. Okay, Once I will close this, it will say, it will turn into red and it will indicate a red signal in this, and at that time the cache disk will be closed. And once the cache disk is closed, we won't be able to post any entry in this particular cache disk. Okay. So before that, before we do closing, let's also do a post withdrawal under this cash journal. So here we are withdrawing the money from the cash desk to the bank. So here simply click on the post withdrawal, enter the company code. I'm entering the company code and hit enter. You just select, and if you want to withdraw the entire amount, you can withdraw, or you want to withdraw a partial amount, you can withdraw the partial amount from cash desk to your bank account. Simply select that, click on activate. So if I want to withdraw the entire amount, I can withdraw, or I can either withdraw a partial amount. Now simply click on continue and post. So once I post it, once we do a posting or the withdrawal is posted with the document number this, if you want to see this, we simply click on, we place the cursor on this document and we simply click on display document. You would be able to see this entry, which is HDFC bank account debit to cash desk account. This is what the entry is, and we have received the payment from cash desk account to our HDFC bank account. Okay, so this is how we do a withdrawal. Once the withdrawal is done, now if you want to check the cash balance, we can see the check cash balance is 0 because we have received the entire amount from the cash to the bank. Okay, so if you want to see the cash balance, simply, let's suppose if I do one more entry, AM10, and let's just quickly do one more entry. Just click on select items. So we are left with this 20 pounds, 20 rupees. Click on activate. We are withdrawing 20 rupees. Simply go back. 20 is reflecting there. Simply enter 20 rupees. Now click on post online or post. So document number is generated. Again, we go to payments. So this is how basically these entries are posted. I just wanted to show the cash balance, okay, the cash desk balance. This is how again the entry is posted. So just go back and back. Now if you want to click on the cash balance, you can see this is reflecting 20 rupees. Okay, last time I just did the withdrawal without showing you the cash balance. Now this is how you can see the cash balance under this screen. So it was 20 rupees. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this cash disk. So once the cash disk is closed, we won't be able to make any posting under the cache disk. Okay, so it says the cache disk open. Now I'm going to close the cache disk closing. Simply click on cache disk closing. Okay, with this we will do the closing. Okay, display end-to-end closing, or you can simply do the closing with it and execute cache disk closing. So it will pop up whether you want to execute the cache disk closing. You simply click on yes, and it is closed. Now if you just go back, you can see it says the cache disk is closed. Now the cache disk is closed. We won't be able to make any entry in this cache disk. Okay, let's suppose if I click on cache disk, it will give up an error which says cache disk in branch is already closed. So we won't be able to post any entry in this particular cache disk. So in order to post the entry again in the cache disk, simply go to cache disk. Now click on it, click on open cache disk, and now it has turned green. Now when it is turned green, you simply click on it and you would be able to see it says cache disk is open. Now the cache disk is open, and now you can make the payment in the cache disk. So if I click on cache disk, you can see that now it is open, and again I can make the payment in the cache disk. Okay, So this was all about the cache desk, and we'll discuss more in details about this cache desk and the configurations in our upcoming classes. If you want to join SAP FICA classes, you can contact me for the SAP FICA, ISU and BRIM classes. So keep watching. I will upload more videos on SAP FICA. So thank you for watching.